As an engineer and someone who is an engineer, did any of y'all ever wonder when you were searching for a career about engineering and what that schooling looks like, what it looks like to get into the workforce, and then what are some of the problems and solutions that they have to deal with on a daily basis, and then even some of the bigger ones, example COVID, things like that. So my entire life I've been surrounded by engineers, and so to me it was just simple that I was going to go ask an engineer some questions, use the things I know, things I learned during the interview, and ultimately present to you. And that's what I did. So I eventually decided to interview Darren Rock. So he is now at Phoebs, but he went to U of L and started at Protein Technology, which used to be where the old Mark and Cindy Wynn Stadium is down the road. And now he's at Phoebs. So, and although he says Director of Purchasing and Procurement, he jokingly says that his title is wrong because he does purchase, but it's more of an engineering-based purchase than anything. So with that, he started as a process engineer and a QA lab manager, which is basically just like the first step as an engineer. Engineers tend to spend their first 8 to 10 years they call it like evolving through the process and then ultimately getting to where most of them want to be, which is management positions and things like that, because that's where the money is. So why wouldn't you want to go where the money is? And then through this process, I'll explain the schooling and things like that. So with the schooling, he and me, we both are at U of L. He got a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering, and then he got a master's degree in both engineering management and business administration. So he saw those as like something that he should use that'll help him become a better leader and things like that. So once he was there, he ended up interning, which co-oping at the like Protein Technology is what they call it, but it's DuPont Soy Polymers Industrial Incorporations or something like that. It's a very long name. And then when he was there, his LinkedIn is quoted as saying that he designed and implemented operations controls for polymers and plant production lines, as well as calibrated and maintained analytical equipment. And that really, the co-op process is what he said allowed him to get a real, noticeable, enjoyment and purpose in the workforce and understand what it really is. So he said that was one of the coolest things that they can do here at U of L, and it's one of the things that us as engineers in speed school all look forward to doing constantly. So that is the old DuPont plant, and I decided to use this picture because it represents what it used to look like before we tore it down and bought all of that stuff. And then once he was there for 4 years, he's moved on to Southern Graphic Systems, and that's located in downtown Louisville. They tend to build all of the graphics and things that you see on cereal boxes and all the things at Kroger. So they do that, and then one of those things that we talked about was how the co-op that he did helped lead to the different things around the thing. So I decided to look up what are the stats for people that get involved outside of school. So they went, according to the University of Louisville Office of Academic Planning and Accountability, of the 1,793 students that decided to move on into the workforce last year, 1,493, 83.3% of them got a job right out of school. And with that came their first opportunities. So I asked what were some of the things that he learned through the first time and took into his second job. And that was really to learn what you can control, what others can control, and understand how working together with them can move on and help ultimately explain your project. So once he got done with Southern Graphic Systems and moved into the management role and ultimately started leading purchasing and procurement, which is the leader of supply chain. He decided he was done with that and wanted to move on. So he moved on to Fives, which is a French company located in, it's now located here, but their headquarters is in France. And one of the things they do is build like conveyor belts and everything for Amazon, UPS, FedEx, all of those things. And they also implement them into the like buildings that they're gonna have. So his ability to purchase things and procure things from all over the world is one of the things that helps his engineers and him specifically get his job done. And so he's able to control the controllables along with all of the other things to help solve those problems that he has. And one of the biggest problems he said he had was the COVID problems, COVID pandemic. He said that when COVID came, it immediately shut down everything and they lost control of all of it. And so they ran out of the process and the procurement ideas, and so they were forced to stop production, which, as all of y'all know, when you stop production, you lose money, and the engineer's job is to make the company money. So they were all losing money, and things were not going well. They were getting yelled at from France, which I'm sure none of us want to get yelled at from France. So yeah, it's one of those things that we do. So now that I've walked you guys through the process, the engineering, and the problems, I hope you guys all now have a way that you can help those around you if they're ever interested in engineering, and we can all make this world a better place together. Thank you.